Alrighty. Hey everybody, I'm back. And as you can see, I'm working on the Dragon Age Keep, which helps set your world state for Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, I had closed beta access to the Keep, so I've been tinkering around with the tapestry here for quite a while, and I've already pretty much set up my world state. But I do want to go over this just to sort of explain some of my choices or what have you. So if you watch this before you watch my walkthrough, you'll have probably a better understanding of the world state that my character is, walking around in. Uh, Pretty much, the keep does not save your game. Like, it doesn't save your past games. So, if you were to, go here to your hero and select them, uh, you may do so believing that is going to upload all of your saved games right along with it, your choices or what have you, but it's not gonna do that. You're just looking for your name and what you were, your class, and of course, your nice little character picture here. And that's basically all you care about. That's the only thing you should care about. It's not gonna pull up all of your choices. It's gonna be you in like the default world state. So when you click approve this hero, you kind of have to then go through all of the choices you've made in the past game and set them yourself. And that's pretty much how the keep works. So it's like you can, even if your warden lived, you can click warden died killing the archdemon, and you can either lock it or unlock it, and it'll be pretty much set on that. But my warden is alive and well. So I don't know. I don't know if I can really go over much about the keep. Not not because I can't. I mean, it's an open beta now, and I'll this video will probably air right before my Dragon Age walkthrough anyway. But I don't think that there's really much to tell about the keep. It's pretty straightforward, and it's pretty easy to go through and select everything that you want to select. Sometimes things could get a little tricky, like if I were to, like, for example, I click my hero and then I click a warden alive and well, without having any of my other companions and what have you set up. uh, it'll then create like a little pop-up. Let me see if I can make it happen by clicking something different. It'll be like a little pop-up that here it is, because I had my warden did the dark ritual, and so then it'll go into like, hey, wait a minute, you made these other choices, so you couldn't have had the baby, and you couldn't have gone into the Alluvion, and you can't rule Ferelden. uh so it'll pretty much do like a little pop-up that will tell you you can't make this decision. And so if you want, you can click yes, make these changes. I want to change my entire world state that way, or what have you. It's pretty much up to you. So with that said, I'm just going to go into the choices that I've made and why I've made them, and hopefully give you a better understanding of my world state. Now, Draco is my Kuzlin warrior. He was a two-hander. Of course, they'll always show him with a shield, but he was a two-hander. And naturally, he is alive and well, which means that he did the dark ritual with Morgan. Let me see if I can show you guys more of a picture of my This is my Kuzlin over here. Draco Kuzlin. All modded up, looking all nice and handsome there. And of course that's Hawk. My Hawk over here, which I'll get to later. I like to get over here. He romanced Morgan because I would say Morgan fit his personality a little bit better. He really liked her. They had one of those relationships where they were, I don't know, where it's like maybe they loved each other but maybe they didn't. They both had their own ambitions and their own personality and the things that they wanted. And it was sort of a case of circumstances just did not work out. So I like to think that they had one of those do they or don't they love each other type of relationships. Recruited dog naturally, which I don't get this because it's like did not recruit dog, recruited dog. Like if you're a Kuzlin, you've automatically recruited the dog because you know it's your dog that's been with you since the very start. But just to be on the safe side, I just go ahead and put recruited dog because I don't know, you just never know. Um, Before I go over here, intimidated Reverend Mother. My Kuzlin Warden was kind of a jerk. So he definitely recruited Sten, and he did it by intimidating the Reverend Mother into giving him the key so that he could open up Sten's cage. And I don't know. I mean, okay, I say that my warden was a jerk, but I don't know if I could really call him that. I would just say that he was very straightforward and very much about getting the job done by any means necessary. Nathaniel is alive and well. Nathaniel Howe is our Howe's son, and Brendan Howe is the guy who murdered my Coulson Warden's family. So, but instead of just putting him to death, he decided to go ahead and recruit him into the Grey Wardens because, like I said, my warden is all about any means necessary, get the job done. Whatever strengthens his organization and strengthens him as a person. And I also like to think of him as fearless too. So he didn't fear that Nathaniel was gonna try and kill him or something like that. So he just went ahead and made him a Grey Warden because they were in need of more Grey Wardens. Returned Sten's sword. Recruited Zevran. Zevran is alive and well. Recruited Win. Win is alive and well. Now this is an iffy one with Win because usually my Kuzlins would kill the mages, and there is a way for you to side with the Templars, kill the mages, and have Win in your party if Win is not with you when you do that. But I don't know. I'm kind of afraid that the game will get like a little buggy, or at least the save will get a little buggy. I don't know, but I don't. You know, things kind of change a little bit when I try to make certain choices, so I just decided to leave her as alive and well. Alistair executed. And I know that there are some Alistair fans who may not like that, but I prefer to have him executed because, once again, my Kuzlin Warden is all about power by any means necessary, get the job done. And Alistair, I think what sealed Alistair's fate is the fact that Alistair proclaimed that he will take the throne. Like, he was very angry about my warden choosing Honora and choosing to spare Logain. And so he declared that he would be king. I think that is what sealed it for my warden, that Alistair should die just to be on the safe side. And not really because he was afraid of Alistair, but because it was have Alistair executed in front of all these nobles. Of course not on the floor in front of all the nobles, but but declare he's going to be executed, declare himself king, and all of this other stuff, just to sort of solidify that that type of behavior is not tolerated. Alistair had to go. So Alistair was executed. Warren and Alistair were not lovers, of course not. Even though I had a mod, and I did, if you've watched my YouTube videos, I had a sex scene with Alistair. But I don't consider them lovers. Liliana, alive and well. Even though I poisoned the ashes, you can still keep her alive and well. You can just lie to her at the party camp. Don't take her with you on a quest and then lie to her at the party camp. Morgan had old god baby with the warden. Acquired grimoire by defeating Flemeth. Yeah. And the reason why my warden decided to do that for Morgan, because once again they had a did they love each other, don't they love each other type of relationship. And also because my warden wanted to test his skill against Flemeth, who he's heard all these legends about and what forth. So it just seemed like a good idea to fight her just for the sake of fighting her. And if Morgan gets the grimoire out of it, then hey, it works out for both of them. And of course, Logain is alive and well, naturally. Nature of the Beast quest is the quest when you come across the Dalish elves. And my warden brokered peace with them, had Zathrin sacrifice his life, and turned the werewolves back into humans. Did not tell Athres about his wife's fate. Broke Kevin and Janaea up. My warden slept with her and kind of rubbed it in the dude's face. And I told you he was a jerk. Didn't bring Verathorn's Ironbark. Did not help Allura. Returned Dagon to the Dalish camp. Yeah, he did that. It's like he's not a complete jerk. He'll do some nice stuff. And I guess you could say that maybe my warden didn't care too much about the Dalish, because when he walked into the camp, you know, it was already a feel sorry for us, or how dare you, Shimlin. I don't know. It was just, especially from the storyteller guy, kind of pissed him off. And so it was just like, whatever with you. And plus, I would think that as a noble, he's probably used to elves as just being servants. So he's not 100% into going out of his way for them. Paragon of her kind. Join forces against Caradon. I picked Bronca. Give me that Gollum army. Dagna left to study at the Circle. See, my warden can do some nice stuff for some people. Balin rules Ozamar. I've chosen Balin because I felt that he was strong. Harriman's men couldn't even fight their own battle in approving. How the hell can they fight for this dude? I don't even know, but it's like they couldn't fight for themselves. They were, you know, you had Harriman, who just seems so weak compared to Balin. And as far as I'm concerned, my job is to stop a blight, not choose a king. So I'm gonna choose a king that I feel is strong enough to help me during a blight, not a king whose soldiers can't even fight battles for themselves. So I picked Balin. Didn't encounter Marty, don't know who that is. Didn't have Sun with Marty, don't know who that is. I think some of these could be the dwarf Origins playthrough. I'm not sure, but I didn't have any contact with any of these people. Soul Tome didn't prove Legion of the Dead connected to Noble House. Didn't help Burkle create. I think I've seen this on. Didn't prove Legion of the Dead connected to Noble House. I think this is something I saw on Cole's stream. I don't know if I think anybody could do this because he was an elf when he did it, so I'll choose it as yes. Even though I didn't do it, I figure, why not? I'm not opposed to seeing that done. Didn't help Burkle create Chantry. No, my warden is anti-Chantry. Told the dwarf chick to leave for the surface with her son. Didn't complete the lyrium deal. Nope. Didn't help Orta join assembly. I don't know. The memories were returned. Let me see if choosing this will. Okay, I don't mind that. I'll pick that. And see, it's just that easy to choose, and the keep will update itself, so you don't have to click anything to try and update it or save it. It'll just automatically do that. Broken Circle, made it supported, did not agree to Cullen's request. Enchanter Irving survived. I did have it where I did choose my canon choice, which is, let me see, Templar supported. And I wonder if they'll agree to Cullen's request. And then it'll go into, did Wynn die at the Broken Circle? So I'll put cancel. I don't know. Even though it's like you can have the mages killed and have Wynn in your party, provided that you not bring her with you. Like, she has to not stand there while you say yes to killing the mages in a circle. But as long as you can, like, she'll like want to be recruited into your party, like when you first encounter her, and then you'll go to the party picker, just not pick her, and then just go through the entire quest, and then once the quest is over, you could say, hey, annul the circle, and then you could go to your party camp and Wynn will be there. But I don't think it'll work that way for the keep. Dinnerum, Sir Landry's alive. I didn't kill him in a back alley. Told the noble about his son, brought the scrolls, didn't do the crime wave thing, cleared customers out of the pearl, returned the ring, completed the assassinations, helped Alistair find Goldana, had Marjolaine killed. Landsmeet, Nora and the Warden rules. Nora will not marry anybody who kills her father. So if you're the Warden and you kill her father, you cannot marry her. And if you have Alistair kill Logain, Nora will not marry him. Which makes a lot of sense. Prologue. Yeah, Kirta Mabari and Ostagar prisoner kill you. I stabbed him and took the key and got the chest for myself. Poisoned the ashes. Did not have Liliana in a group, so, and I think it makes sense because she shows up no matter what in Dragon Age 2, and I'd rather not go through some contrived her explaining how she survived getting her head chopped off or something like that. Warden killed the Archdemon. Earl of Redcliffe did not help Redcliffe fight, did not help Redcliffe prepare. The reason why my warden didn't do this is because I like to think that my warden, being a noble, would know a little bit about how nobles behave and what their tactics are. And so the moment they go to Redcliffe and Alistair tells him that he was raised by Arl Eamon and that he is pretty much the king, or should be the king, that's when my warden immediately was like, I'm not going to help these people at Redcliffe. I'm going to weaken Arl Eamon. Because to me, he knew that Arl Eamon was going to try to declare Alistair king. There's no way Earl Eamon himself can declare himself king. The nobles are not going to accept that. What they will accept is Alistair, who is the son of a king and of Terran bloodline, to be the freaking king. And my warden had no desire to bend the knee to Alistair under any circumstances ever, because he didn't consider Alistair a great leader. He was the senior Grey Warden, yet left my warden in charge of the wardens. Yet Alistair constantly bitched and bitched and bitched about every decision that he made that he didn't approve of. He just was a big whiner. He was too goofy. He obviously expressed that he didn't even want to be king. And so I felt that my Cousland warden sort of thinks that it's Kaelin's weakness as king that allowed Earl Howell to just come in there and butcher his family. So he was not going to settle for having a weak king on a throne that he would have to bend his knees to. That just was not going to happen. At the time, of course, he didn't know that he would have a choice himself at trying to be king, but he knew that he did not want Alistair to be king. And so that's why he let Redcliffe fall. He killed Connor for the same reasons, political, big time, political, and also to punish his motherly soul. Because she felt that because her son was a noble, she could just do whatever she wanted, and her son, like, through no fault of his own, killed a lot of people. So I felt that the death of the boy had to be a fitting punishment for her behavior. Helped the blacksmith's daughter escape. Did not help find Bevan, of course, because I did not help those people. Bella died in Redcliffe. I don't even think that matters. Next we go into the Awakening expansion, and this is when your Grey Warden is the commander of the Grey. I allowed the architect to live, primarily because it seems like there was something really interesting, not just about him, but about his scenario about Grey Warden blood awakening the Darkspawn, especially when you take into considerations that the Wardens are kind of like sentient Darkspawn themselves. Like, when the Warden goes through their calling, it's not the taint that kills them. What happens to Wardens is that they slowly, I guess, evolve or de-evolve into Darkspawn. And yet, what this guy can do is that he could take it and do the reverse. He can sort of make the Darkspawn evolve into their own independent beings. And I think that in the future that could probably help the Grey Wardens maintain their sanity or maintain their humanity, even though they have been tainted. A lot of people are under the impression that it's the taint that eventually kills them, but it's not. It's they slowly become Darkspawn. And so I guess you can say in a sense that they kind of are Darkspawn the moment their joining takes place, but it's a slow turn. So I'm pretty much interested in seeing what else this architect has to offer, and I think that my warden made a good call keeping this guy alive. And also definitely my warden pretty much would do that for himself, to see, because he probably does not think that that is a great end for himself to go into the deep roads and like fight until he either dies or turns into some drooling Darkspawn or whatever. To keep protected, my warden made the decision to burn Amaranthine for the purposes of strengthening the keep. He had trade at the keep. He had walls. He had all the upgrades to the keep. The keep was the most powerful structure he could create for it, as well as trade wise. And so destroying Amaranthine definitely helped strengthen his keep even further and help strengthen the Grey Wardens. So yeah, in here you can save both, but saving Amaranthine means that it's like you can keep the keep and Amaranthine protected. But if you look at the picture, you can obviously tell that even though the keep was protected as well as Amaranthine, Amaranthine fares much better at the end than your keep. So my keep always gets protected. I know that there are a lot of Paragons who would choose to save both, but in the end, I feel that in the end the keep does sort of get sacrificed in a way. Like if you choose to save Amaranthine or if you choose both, I think that your keep suffers regardless. Recruited Ogren, of course. Ogren and Felsi reunited, of course. My Warden liked Ogren. I know a lot of people don't like Ogren. I liked Ogren. Witch Hunt DLC. Let me go to the Warden's Keep. My Warden gained the power of the blood. He drank that random concoction in that office. Sorry, which gave him more power. Slayed Sophia because she was crazy looking. But he allowed Urvinus to continue with his research. Once again, my Warden is kind of unethical in his choices. He felt that anything that could strengthen the Grey Wardens, he was going to take it. Shale died when the Warden sided with Bronca. Goodbye, Shale. Never liked that Gollum. Mavis, both alive with Mathis, whatever the heck that little girl's name is, possessed. Once again, it was just, easier route. He didn't care. Shale recruited, of course, and Shale died. Let's see what else. Witch Hunt DLC. My Warden chose to go through the Alluvian with Morgan. It's like you can stab her and she'll go through the Alluvian. Or you can choose that he didn't go through the Alluvian. My Warden went through the Alluvian. Primarily because, the games are always talking about how the Warden disappeared. I figure him going through the Alluvian is a great explanation for that. Darcia or Darsha Hawk. This cutie fella over here. I am crushing hard on my own character. Hawk, I love him. Sarcastic, and if I do say so myself, rather handsome. Eek. So, yes, I approve of, and he is a mage. He romanced Fenris. Bethany died. Bartrand not killed. Helped Varric discover cause of the haunting. Varric kept the red lyrium idol. And I let Varric keep the idol because overall my Warden was not Warden, my Hawk. Sorry, my Hawk was not best friends with Varric. He didn't rival him, but he didn't consider him his best buddy. So it didn't really matter to him if Varric kept the red lyrium idol or not. If Varric went crazy, he would have just killed him. Carver became a Grey Warden. Bethany did not live to see the Mage Templar War. Fenris alive and well. Isabella recruited, loved Isabella. Isabella returned to Hawk. Meryl stayed with Hawk. Meryl alive and well. Meryl did not destroy the Alluvian. Once again, my Hawk kind of liked Meryl, but wasn't really. Once again, she was like more of an acquaintance than a friend. He didn't really care that She was like, he cared about her messing around with demons and stuff, but he didn't really care about whether or not she got hurt with the mirror. He was interested in it and wanted to know more about the mirror, and he did not consider her his friend. So he really did not care if she like lived or died or got possessed. He would have killed her if she did. I honestly believe that rivaling Meryl is more of a friend, is more of a real friend than friending her. And I also feel the sort of the same about Fenris. I love rivaling Fenris. I think that rivaling him gets him to let go of a lot of BS. And the reason why he's so up in arms when you rival him is because you're getting him to think about all the stuff that has been kind of eating away at him. Whereas if you just friend him, you kind of co-sign his BS. Did not approve of Anders' actions. Anders executed. I fucking hated Anders. I'm glad he's dead. I hated him, hated him, hated him. I'm quite sure that Demon Justice, and yes, it is a demon, will show up in Dragon Age Inquisitions, but I don't care as long as I get to kill it again. Meryl's clan was killed. Once again, I did not care about, Meryl's clan or whatever. I hated them. They were just a bunch of stupid Dalish elves, and I'm glad they're dead. Aveline married Donnic. Aveline stayed with Hawke. Made Talus angry. Did not kiss Talus. I did not get along with Talus. I felt she was a Mary Sue. I wanted her dead. I wanted her out of the story. I kind of didn't like Talus for the same reason why I don't like any of BioWare's so-called popular characters. They sort of just bring them on, and you're just supposed to love them without them even trying, and it gets so annoying dealing with them. I hate, it's just get out of here. It was just that she was just posing, and then the stupid, like, cookie, like, oh god, fortune cookie speak. It's just like, get the hell out of here. You're not as smart as you think you are. Sebastian recruited. I like Sebastian. Hawke and Cullen were friends. Varric friends with Hawke only because I did not rival him. Prologue. I worked as a mercenary. DLC. Found Malcolm's will and sided with Jenica. Oops. Went to Origins by accident. And now, of course, since Dragon Age 2 was so fucking rushed, everything is just broken down into little bitty arcs, so we can probably just go through this and get it over with. Turn mages over to the Templars. Goodbye mages. My Hawke was a mage, but he got sick and tired of dealing with these mages in Kirkwall. They were really grating on his nerves. They were making things worse for the mages at the circle. And they were just making it worse for him too, all around. And so my Hawke had no love for those people. So yeah, turned them in. Returned cargo to Martin. Killed. He was that crazy pedophile rapist, elf rapist dude. Returned Seamus to Viscount. Guinness died. Killed Danzig, whatever the heck. I don't know. I think he was some sort of slaver. Told truth about Grislin's wife's death. Solved mystery of missing miners. Blackmailed Sir Thras. Aduna alive and well. Sent Finriel to the Dalish. Karen kicked out of the Templars. Handed Katojan over to the Qunari. You still had to fight them anyway, which was so stupid. Karis alive and well. Act 2. Didn't kill Gascard because I knew right away he was not the murderer. It just seems too easy that he would just be at the house. Sided with Vernell against the Qunari. Sided with Patrice. I sided with them even though I knew that they were doing some really like stupid shit. I sided with them because I kind of feel like they weren't wrong entirely about the Qunari. It's like the Arishok loves saying that he was pushed to doing what he did, But if you speak to him, like, when you first see him, you take time to speak to him, he was already starting up. He was already disenchanted with Kirkwall. He was already passing judgment and already contemplating what he would do about that. He just wasn't acting. And so, on one hand, you could say Patrice and them did it. On the other hand, I think that they didn't push him to do anything that he didn't already want to do. Discovered Looter. That's when we killed the dragon. Didn't help Yavin because I didn't get that quest because I got the Nathaniel Howe quest. Jarvis alive and well. Although I did kill him in one of my playthroughs because I thought it was funny. Fall alongside the guardsmen. It was some sort of side quest you get. I think you have to have Aveline in your party and go to the Wounded Coast. And you get this side quest thingy to fight off these guys or whatever. Fenrir freed and left for Taventer. Aeroshat killed. I killed the hell out of that Aeroshat. And I don't care that the Aeroshock respects me or not. I knew I was gonna fucking kill him anyway. So it's like, who cares about the respect of a dead man? Hulk offered to help Nuncio, but I let Zevran go. So Zevran should be alive by the time Inquisition comes around. Handed conspirators to Meredith, rescued Nathaniel, reunited Sherrod and Gamlin, allowed Emil to go free, sided with the Templars, killed Karen. I killed Karen because he kidnapped my brother. It's like me and Carl, or I should say Hawk and Carl, did not get along that well, or Carver. I don't know why I said Carl. Carver, they didn't get along that well, but he's pretty much a typical brother. Like, it kind of gets me when some people are just like, yeah, I was glad he's dead, and I take him so he could purposely die, and I want him to die. But it's like, obviously these people have never had like siblings before. It's like there are times when you just don't get along with your siblings. Doesn't mean that you should kill them. They're still like your family. So I think that they are just a lot of single kids, a lot of kids with no siblings, so they don't understand that typically he is the quintessential little brother. He is, I'm quite sure a lot of people have little brothers like him. So it's like, he's my brother, and you kidnapped him, and you did it working with blood mages. So screw you, you die. Kill the dragon at the bone pit, naturally. I don't know why this is even a choice. Because in order to get some of the champion armor, you gotta kill the dragon. How are you gonna get your champion armor if you don't kill the dragon? But as you can see, everything updates here. And you can click, oops, wrong thing. Click that little world. And as you can see, go into the world state. The tale of Draco Kuzlin and Darsha Hawk. And you can export to Dragon Age Inquisition. And so hopefully when I get the game, I could go in there, go into my slot, and I can already see Draco and Darsha in there already for the world state. So basically that is it. There's really nothing else to go over. I went over my entire world state, including the type of person my warden and Hawk is, and why they made some of the choices that they've made. And I'll see you guys for a full walkthrough, like no clips like I did with Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. I put up like a lot of clips. This is going to be a full-blown walkthrough of the entire game from start to finish. So I will see you guys there. Thank you.